Listen to your body. Stop with sharp pain. Adapt to your level and mobility. Consult your physician if you have a medical condition, take medications, or had recent surgery. You are here because you refuse to accept the narrative, the one that says after 60, decline is inevitable. That energy must drop, strength must fade, and independence is just a matter of luck. That narrative is a lie. I'm a physician who spent 10 years treating the downstream effects of poor habits, the fatigue, the joint pain, the cognitive fog. And I'm also a fitness scriptwriter who sees the most powerful medicine is often free, simple, and sitting right in your kitchen. We are not talking about surviving past 80. We are talking about thriving. We are talking about walking up 3 flights of stairs without needing to pause halfway. We are talking about the mental clarity to learn a new skill, not just remembering where you left your keys. Forget the expensive pills and the complicated longevity protocols pushed by Silicon Valley gurus. The secret to reclaiming your energy, reversing physical and cognitive decline, and boosting your vitality is simpler, faster, and available today. It starts with what you stop putting into your body. The difference between aging with strength and clarity versus sliding into weakness and dependence often boils down to 7 specific foods and 3 quick daily movements. If you eliminate these silent saboteurs, you can see a measurable difference in your energy, digestion, and even the feeling in your knees within 24 to 48 hours. Want to know the single biggest lie we tell ourselves? That a specific food we enjoy is just fine because we've eaten it for decades. But your body's operating system changes dramatically after 50. It gets less forgiving. 3 physiological villains start running the show: chronic inflammation, chaotic blood sugar, glucose regulation, and muscle wasting, sarcopenia. These 3 forces attack your joints, destroy your mitochondria, your cell batteries, and steal the foundational strength you need to protect yourself from falls and frailty. We combat these forces not with drastic changes, but with surgical swaps. Let's start with the worst offender, the daily mistake most people make within the first hour of waking up. The breakfast betrayal, stealing your energy before noon. Your breakfast is supposed to fuel your day, stabilize your mood, and kickstart your muscle repair process. For most people, it does the exact opposite. It creates an instant glucose spike and then a rapid crash, leaving you sluggish, hungry an hour later, and unknowingly promoting inflammation that leads to pain and brain fog. Food saboteur. Nurture 1, the false promise of toast and cereal. I'm talking about anything made primarily from highly processed, refined white flour and added sugars. This is where most common packaged cereals, bagels, muffins, and yes, even many whole grain breads live. Okay, look. The moment you consume these, it's a direct highway to your bloodstream. The rate at which the glucose hits your system is often faster than pure table sugar. This forces your pancreas to release huge amounts of insulin. Over time, this dance leads to insulin resistance, the precursor to type 2 diabetes, accelerated weight gain, and systemic inflammation. But here's the critical link for aging. Blood sugar spikes directly damage the small blood vessels. This damage contributes to cataract formation, slows wound healing, and most critically, impairs circulation to your brain and legs. Weak circulation equals weak muscles and foggy thoughts. Forget the white bread. Forget the sugary cereal. We need a swap that strengthens your legs in 24 hours. The key is to front-load high-quality protein and healthy fats, drastically slowing down carbohydrate absorption. The swap. Instead of toast, have a high-protein, low-sugar breakfast. Think cottage cheese with a handful of berries and walnuts. Think eggs prepared any way you like, perhaps scrambled with spinach and a quarter of an avocado. This simple swap, protein first, slow carb second, provides the necessary leucine to trigger muscle protein synthesis, effectively strengthening your legs immediately because you are giving the muscle cells the building blocks they need right when they are most receptive, after the overnight fast. Food saboteur. Number 2, the hidden vegetable oil epidemic. This is sneaky. You might not be pouring it directly, but it's hidden in nearly every packaged food, salad dressing, healthy snack bar, and frozen meal. I'm referring to industrial seed oils, soybean oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, canola oil, and safflower sunflower oils. Why are these oils so destructive after 60? It comes down to omega-6 to omega-3 balance. We need both. But the typical Western diet is absolutely saturated in omega-6s, driving the ratio up to 20:1 or even 30:1. The ideal anti-inflammatory ratio is closer to 4.1 or lower. Excess omega-6s, especially when heated, oxidize easily. When they get integrated into your cell membranes, they create cellular rigidity and massive systemic inflammation. This is the background noise that contributes to arthritis, joint stiffness, and chronic pain. If you feel creaky and stiff in the mornings, look at the oil you cook with and the dressings you use. Forget canola and soybean oil. Do olive and avocado. The swap. Immediately ditch any processed food, listing these oils, and cook solely with extra virgin olive oil, low heat finishing, and avocado oil, high heat. Use real butter or ghee if you prefer. Check your mayo and dressings. Most are oil bombs. Switch to those made with avocado oil or, better yet, make your own vinaigrette. Olive oil, apple cider vinegar, salt, pepper. Fast, simple, today. The midday muscle drain and brain fog. Most people hit the 2 p.m. slump and instinctively reach for a pick-me-up. This is where we accidentally sabotage our energy and block the nutrients that protect our cognition and vision. Food saboteur. Shirtha 3. The 4 worst coffees. Coffee itself, in moderation, is a longevity powerhouse. It supports brain function and metabolic health. But the typical American coffee order after 60 becomes a sugar and oil delivery system. The 4 worst coffees are: 1. The flavored syrup. Any coffee loaded with vanilla, caramel, or pumpkin spice syrups. These are pure liquid sugar that creates the most volatile glucose spike possible. 2. The powdered creamer. These are often nothing more than dehydrated corn syrup solids and hydrogenated seed oils, trans fats, creating a lethal cocktail of rapid glucose and inflammation. 3. The diet sweetener trap. While they don't spike glucose, some artificial sweeteners can disrupt the gut microbiome, which is crucial for nutrient absorption and mood regulation. 4. The huge latte. Often served with inflammatory dairy, more on this later, and hidden sugar. Add this to coffee instead. The swap. Drink black coffee, or if you need creaminess, use full-fat coconut cream or a dash of heavy cream, if dairy is tolerated. If you need flavor, add a pinch of cinnamon, a fantastic natural glucose regulator, or a very small amount of high-quality stevia or monk fruit. You keep the benefits of coffee without the metabolic penalty. Food saboteur. 4. The dried fruit disaster, the vision killer. You might think dried cranberries, raisins, or dates are healthy snacks, fiber, vitamins, natural sugar. But when fruit is dried, the water is removed, concentrating the sugars into a small, highly dense package. A small handful of raisins can contain as much free sugar as a chocolate bar, but because it feels natural, we overconsume. This sugar load hits the liver and bloodstream rapidly, spiking glucose just like processed grains. For aging, this matters immensely for eye health. Persistent glucose volatility contributes to oxidative stress, accelerating the progression of cataracts and macular degeneration. Forget dried fruit. Do fresh fruit before bed to repair your eyes. The swap. If you crave fruit, eat fresh, high-fiber, lower-sugar options like berries. Blueberries are packed with anthocyanins that support retinal health, or green apples. If you specifically want to support your vision and combat cataracts, you must ensure you consume lutein and zeaxanthin daily. Cataracts? Eat this daily. Dark leafy greens, spinach, kale, egg yolks, and corn are phenomenal sources. Instead of the dried fruit snack, consider a hard-boiled egg or adding a sprinkle of spinach to your dinner. The sarcopenia saboteurs. Why your protein isn't working. Sarcopenia is the silent epidemic of aging. After 50, we lose 1 to 2% of our muscle mass every year unless we actively fight back. Muscle is your metabolic engine, your mobility insurance, and your reservoir of strength. Without it, frailty and dependence are guaranteed. The biggest nutritional mistake older adults make is not eating enough protein or eating the wrong kind of protein at the wrong time. Food saboteur. Number 5. The empty protein. Forget bone broth. Bone broth is trendy and it has benefits for gut health and collagen production, great for skin and joints. But if you are relying on bone broth as your primary protein source to rebuild muscle, you are making a crucial mistake. Bone broth is primarily collagen, which is rich in certain amino acids like glycine and proline, but it is critically low in leucine, the master amino acid signal that switches on muscle protein synthesis, MPS. If you want to build or even maintain muscle mass, you must hit a leucine threshold, around 2.5 grams, at each major meal. Bone broth alone cannot do this effectively. Do complete proteins, rich in leucine. The swap. Focus on high-quality whole food proteins that contain a complete amino acid profile, especially leucine. Here are 7 cheap high-protein foods that crush sarcopenia. 1. Eggs. The perfect food. Affordable, easy to cook, leucine powerhouse. 2. Cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. Excellent slow-digesting protein, casein, ideal before bed. 3. Canned tuna, sardines. Affordable, high in protein and healthy omega-3 fats, anti-inflammatory. 4. Chicken thighs, more affordable and flavorful than breasts, high protein. 5. Lentils beans, with rice. Combining them creates a complete protein at a low cost. 6. Tofu tempeh, plant-based protein, easy to absorb. 7. Ground beef, 80-20, affordable, high in iron, B vitamins, and protein. Food saboteur. Number 6. Low-quality, high-nitrate deli meats and processed sausages. We need quick, convenient protein, but relying on highly processed deli slices, hot dogs, and industrial sausages often means consuming excessive sodium, inflammatory fillers, and nitrites used as preservatives. While the occasional slice is fine, relying on these processed meats daily introduces a high inflammatory load and excessive sodium, which stresses the cardiovascular system. The swap. Look for low-sodium, minimally processed turkey or ham, or better yet, pre-cook and slice a large chicken breast or roast beef at the start of the week. Convenience should not come at the cost of inflammation. Nominate. The nighttime sabotage. Sleep, the inflammation, and cognitive decline. What you consume late in the evening dictates the quality of your sleep, and sleep is when your brain cleanses itself, the glymphatic system, and when muscle repair kicks into high gear. Mess up sleep, and you accelerate cognitive decline and inflammation. Food saboteur. Number 7. The 4 worst cheeses, inflammatory dairy. Dairy is complex. Some people tolerate it well, but for many older adults, the casein and lactose can be highly inflammatory or difficult to digest, leading to nighttime acid reflux, gas, and poor sleep quality. The worst offenders are often highly processed, high sodium, and low-quality cheeses. The 4 worst cheeses chosen to consume regularly after 60 are 1. American cheese slices, often highly processed, barely qualifying as real cheese, loaded with emulsifiers and coloring. 2. Cheese spreads, dips, hidden seed oils, high salt, often mixed with sugar. 3. Low-quality cottage cheese. Check the ingredients. Many brands add gums, stabilizers, and excess sugar. 4. High-sodium Parmesan, overuse. Salt content can be astronomical, stressing blood pressure right before bed. If dairy causes bloating or discomfort, it's actively disrupting your gut and sleep. The swap. If you tolerate dairy, choose fermented products like high-quality Greek yogurt for the protein, or high-fat fermented cheeses like aged cheddar or goat cheese, which are lower in lactose. If you are sensitive, switch to nut-based alternatives like almond or coconut yogurt. If you take certain medications, like statins, blood pressure meds, or even some over-the-counter sleep aids, consult your doctor regarding their interaction with food and sleep hygiene. Never stop medication without medical guidance, but understand that improving diet can sometimes enhance the effectiveness of treatments. Banodar. Movement insurance, the 10-minute reclaim protocol. Swapping those 7 foods will immediately calm inflammation and stabilize your energy. But if you want true independence, strength, and mobility, you must intentionally load your muscles. Sarcopenia attacks the large muscle groups first, especially the glutes and quadriceps, the powerhouses that stabilize your knees, keep you upright, and prevent falls. We need a routine that is surgeon-approved because it's low-impact, functional, and intensely focused on core stability and leg strength. We're going to use a modified version of what I call the Morning Mobility 6, the stair climb 5+1. This takes 10 minutes, requires no equipment beyond a sturdy chair, and targets the movements you need most: getting up, twisting safely, and balancing. The warm-up, 2 minutes. Ankle rotations, 30 seconds each side. Seated, lift one foot and gently rotate the ankle clockwise and counterclockwise. This lubricates the joints and improves foot stability, crucial for balance. Marching in place, 1 minute. Lift the knees gently, warming up the hip flexors and quads. Keep your core tight, spine long. Breathe deep, in through the nose, out through the mouth. 2. The morning mobility, 6-8 minutes. 1. Chair sit to stands, the independence maker. 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Technique: use a sturdy kitchen chair. Sit tall, feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart. Lean forward slightly, engaging the glutes, and push straight up to standing without using your hands, if possible. Lower back down slowly and controlled, feeling the burn in the quads and glutes. This is the single best exercise for daily function. To progress safely. If the chair is too low, place a firm cushion on it. If you need assistance, use one hand lightly on the chair back, gradually reducing reliance. 2. Supported single leg stance, the fall preventer. 30 seconds each leg, 2 sets. Technique: stand next to a counter or wall for stability. Shift your weight onto one foot and lift the other knee slightly. Hold your gaze on a fixed point. Focus on contracting the standing leg's glute and core. This activates the small stabilizing muscles around the ankle and hip that are vital for correcting slips and preventing falls. Common mistake: allowing your hips to shift excessively. Keep your pelvis level, like a glass of water balanced on your waist. 3. Wall push-ups, upper body integrity. 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Technique: stand an arm's length from a solid wall. Place hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Lean in, bending your elbows until your nose almost touches the wall. Push back forcefully. Why this matters? After 60, upper body strength is crucial not just for lifting, but for using your hands to push yourself out of chairs or catch yourself during a trip. Standing knee raises, hip flexor health. 3 sets of 10 repetitions per side. Technique: standing tall, slowly lift your knee up toward your chest using control. Hold for a second at the top and lower slowly. Benefit: hip flexors tighten dramatically with age and sitting, leading to lower back pain. This movement stretches the hip flexors while strengthening the core. 5. Supported Romanian deadlifts, posterior chain power. 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Technique: stand holding the back of a chair for balance. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Hinge at your hips, pushing your tailbone back and lowering your torso only until you feel a stretch in your hamstrings. Keep your back straight, chest proud. Squeeze your glutes to return to standing. Warning: do not round your lower back. This movement strengthens the hamstrings and glutes, the powerful muscles that often weaken first and lead to poor posture and back pain. Laki, the Japanese heel raise, calf pump and circulation. 3 sets of 20 repetitions. Technique: stand near a counter for balance. Rise up onto the balls of your feet, squeezing the calf muscles at the top. Lower down slowly, feeling the stretch. Benefit: the calves are your second heart. Strong calf muscles actively pump blood back toward the heart, improving circulation in your legs and reducing swelling and fatigue. This simple exercise, adopted widely in Japanese longevity practices, is key to maintaining walking speed. Remember the pacing. Slow, controlled movements deliver muscle tension, which forces adaptation. Fast, jerky movements invite injury. Focus on feeling the muscles contract. This 10-minute circuit done daily is the insurance policy against frailty. Your mission. Today, you have the blueprint. You don't need a gym, an elaborate cooking program, or thousands of dollars. You need intentional swaps and 10 minutes of movement. Aging with strength, clarity, and total independence is not a passive event, it is an active choice. And the most powerful choice you can make is removing the things that are actively working against your body. Today, your mission is twofold. 1. The swap. Eliminate food saboteur. The highly processed grains, bagels, white toast, sugary cereal. Replace it with a protein-heavy breakfast, eggs and avocado or cottage cheese and berries. Give your muscles the immediate fuel they crave. 2. The movement. Perform the 10-minute morning mobility 6 protocol. The chair sit to stand, single leg stance, and heel raises are non-negotiable. Start today. Feel the difference in your energy by tomorrow afternoon. This is how we take back control. This is how we age on our own terms. Tell me, what is the first swap you are making today, and what longevity topics should we tackle next? Dementia prevention, sleep position, and stroke risk. The doctor's guide to blood tests? Let me know below.